Welcome in here to episode 5 of the Brecken Beitler Show. Here today, as you can see, we've got a little bit of a new setup with some new mics. You know, they're pretty nice. Hopefully the quality gets a little bit better today. I'll be joined with Dveyoun of Bonwell-Witte. Most of you might know who he is. It was a fun one. Don't want to miss it. And yeah, just wanted to make a little bit announcement, but without further ado, let's jump into that episode. Welcome back in here to the podcast. I'm joined with Dveyoun, Bonwell-Witte. How's it going?
Good. I'm glad to be here.
Jeez. Well, before I jump into it, I got a little bit of a quote-unquote sponsorship for me. It's the Pinky Twinkies Y-Ball team. Make sure to check out their Instagram. You know, one of the best Y-Ball teams in the entire country. Their lineup is insane. Make sure to go check them out, watch their games, follow for their schedules and all that. But yeah.
Let me hear this lineup.
This lineup?
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's a lot of Lincoln guys. I know they got Owen Lechtenberg, Jude Tomat. I know they have this Griffin kid that I can't remember his last name, though. But remember, Jude, Jude's been on this podcast, and he used to play a lot of high-quality basketball. I mean,
is that my grade or your grade? My grade,
yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Henry. I remember Jude.
No, he went to Edison.
Edison?
Yeah.
He played Pentagon, though, basketball, right?
Played Dogs. Played on the Dogs.
Wow.
Play on the Dogs. But he's a big guy. He's good. But
Lincoln got a lot of big kids.
Yeah, he's a baseball guy now, but he's playing Y-ball. I mean, the team's looking nice. I actually saw it for a Y-ball team, but I'd have to look at it again. But they wanted me to shout him out, so I did so. But people are flaming me on the TikTok because I'm doing little.
Oh my gosh.
And they're flaming me like no equipment. We're doing no equipment.
We're getting there. That's what he's working for.
And we're here. We have the equipment. The quality's gonna be better.
Oh yeah.
I got the camera set up. I mean, we're gonna be. Hold on, bro. I just want to check the camera. well, I'm just gonna make sure it's rolling real quick.
Is it?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I said to do that super quick. But anyway, let's jump into it. A big guy around campus. You're Nebraska Commit. I wanted to get into that. Like, what drew you to Nebraska? Like, what got you into?
So it's a long story, but it basically started. I think it was my 8th grade summer. I went down to a Huskers camp for the first time, and was just balling out and did what I did. And then for a while, I was expecting offers young because that's what I was just told. And at a young age, my size was insane. So I just kept going back because I loved the school, and going back for 3 years in a row, and then finally, getting the offer, and then actually getting to know the coaches and seeing their facility. It's amazing. I think it was like 1.7 mil they spent on it.
Really?
Maybe a little over.
Really?
Insane facility. So, yeah, just getting close with the coaches. That's what really drew me, and just, really going back and working as hard as I could to finally get that offer. That was the biggest thing. And then I had this little interview with I can't think of his name. His dad was in the NFL, but he's like a little manager for Nebraska. Mm-hmm. It wasn't really an interview. He took me on a tour, and it was like one of the best one-on-one talks I've had with any coach, anybody on any team staff, and it was just great to have that. And I was like, yeah, this is something I would want to be around for 4 years, 3 years, however long.
Now, I forget what some of your offers were. Like, I knew you had Oklahoma.
Yep.
Minnesota.
Yep. Wisconsin.
I know Texas A&M was talking to you, correct? But they never fully offered.
Yeah. I got a couple that just, they continue to, chat. And, yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah, I remember, too, like, talking to you about, when are you going to offer, or when are you going to commit, because you're talking so highly on Nebraska.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to do it, didn't do it, and then eventually you did it,
Yeah.
But
it just took a while because my dad really wanted to, get down there in person because, I was supposed to go to, the first couple of games, but our football season was, aligned perfectly with their first 3 games. So I couldn't get down there earlier than I wanted to. So my dad was just like, wait till we see him in person because he'd rather do it like that, which I thought was actually smart. It was good to see.
And I'm sure, too, you'd like to be closer to home, even though, I feel like Nebraska's on the uprising. Obviously, you have Oklahoma that's, 100%. Probably as of recently is more of a powerhouse. But, with all the offers you have, no matter where you commit, you can't really go wrong.
Not really.
Can't really go wrong.
And that was kind of just a special thing for me. Like, my first 5 were big ones.
Yeah.
And,
100%.
which was a blessing.
Mm-hmm. for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of guys getting offered well, I know you've probably had more offers than a lot of people, but there's some guys even in my class, like Cooper Terwilliger, tight end from Pierre. Like, he's got crazy. Georgia, probably Bama on him.
South Dakota is definitely
it's on the uprise for sure.
You got, like, me, Cooper, you got Hudson.
Yep, I know the Eddie Whiting kid.
Yep, he's getting up there, and it's just like
and I feel like athletics in general. Like, I remember Sioux Falls when I was younger. Like, it was like, oh, if like someone got this big time offers, like everyone knew about it, like because like no one was getting them.
Yeah.
Now I feel like, and I think part of that is social media now hitting on its greatest peak.
NILs, all that.
But I think that's the reason why I feel like South Dakota sports in general is on an uprise for every sport, even football, basketball. I know baseball that I play, like there's a lot of people getting offered now and getting looks at. Like,
it's like
South Dakota's legit.
It is, because like in every sport, usually it's like you got one person, they're doing this, but now you got 4 kids in one class that are potentially going D1 and just doing great things for their team. Like, not even just for boys, you got girls, like basketball players that are just insane nowadays. And
especially from the girls' side. I mean, there's kids, I know girls in my sister's class or even below her or a year older that are getting offered like crazy.
What's that girl's? Jefferson.
Brinley Altenberg.
Insane.
Oh my
Her
gosh.
offers, I don't know.
She is tough.
That's crazy.
Hers go forever. It's like Iowa, Creighton.
Insane.
I mean.
No, you think hers, what's from Wagner? My girl.
I forgot her name. I was one of my friends sent me one of, she got offered from Duke. I don't know her name though. I know exactly what you're talking about though.
I think she has like 25 plus. ESPN top 20.
That's crazy. From Wagner.
From South Dakota.
But part of that is summer ball and stuff.
Oh yeah, Sanford.
And nothing against school ball. I mean, but I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions with coaches that think summer ball is kind of a joke compared to school ball, which I think they both have their pros and cons.
It's always, and it's 100%, especially like no shade on South Dakota, but we are getting to the point where we're kind of getting more exposure, but it's good to be able to get out of the Midwest. Sometimes you're playing on these, or just being around the Midwest and just seeing variety of hoopers, basketball players, volleyball players, just getting exposed to that. So then when you come back to your hometown, you're used to like playing crazy comp or just the intensity. I think it's good to get exposed to. Yeah.
But again, like with summer ball, I think again there's a lot of people in South Dakota a lot of coaches in school ball or even players that have this misconception that summer ball is a joke, that you don't that like the fundamentals aren't there, the play of the game isn't there. But truly, I think that's where the highest level of competition is. And obviously it depends on, like, for those of you that don't know basketball, summer ball, there's a lot of different circuits, a lot of different platforms that you can play through leagues, but it obviously depends on the circuit, but I think that's where you truly get the most exposure. I mean, unfortunately now, like, even though it costs a lot of money and some people can't afford it, but, like, summer basketball is really where you get those high level recruitment or college offers.
Yeah, that's definitely, and I think, a lot of places, teams have gotten better with just like we know the price is high, like we can try our best to just work with you. Yeah. Especially if they know you can play. Yeah. But 100%. Like.
But also, I mean, I also truly believe too, like, no matter where you come from, like if you're good enough, they'll find you. And even if they don't necessarily find you in high school, right? You go to college and you start performing at where you are, you can still always transfer over. Always. Ton of guys, like Dalton Connect.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you start at?
He started at a JUCO, and he played 2 years at a JUCO. I just saw it on 1 year on TikTok today.
1 year at Tennessee.
Yeah, 1 year at Tennessee, goes to the NBA, and is a solidified a important role for the Lakers. Yeah. So even if you don't get noticed in high school, right?
Still got.
Yeah, I think there's still other options and the transfer portal is becoming so huge now. I think a lot of colleges are looking towards that because a lot of colleges, they want guys that have experience and can win games. They don't. It's becoming harder and harder for these young guys to come out of high school right away and try to put up high numbers. I mean, you don't really see that anymore unless you're like Cooper Flag, right? Like
there's only a couple. I like what is it? Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper.
Yep.
Crazy. Crazy, but
Ace Bailey is ridiculous.
That's definitely the top 3 right there. The top 3 freshmen.
Yeah.
They can. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know Cooper Flag is not even. He's a senior.
He's a senior. He should be a senior in high school. Yeah, that's
just
crazy.
Busting grown man. 17.
But I think, well, I want to briefly get into my suspension real quick. Like, I don't want to go into, like, the details, but I just want to let them know. I got suspended. I would go into the details if I could, but I don't think I'm allowed to. Like, well, I mean, we both know what I did wasn't, like, it wasn't insane.
Yeah, it's just, like.
It was stupid. I can go over, like, what I got in trouble for was a trespassing. But, again, if I could, I'd go into details. I just don't think I'm allowed to, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But for those of you that play basketball that know me, I'll be out for some time. Assuming, or hypothetically speaking, if I make the team, which just still a question mark up until this point. But, yeah, if I'm playing basketball this year, I'll be sitting out for a period of time. I don't know how long yet, but we'll see. But that's about all I can get into just on a – but, yeah. You know, it's just so funny because, like, I've never done anything, like, crazy.
Yeah.
I've never got – like, this is, like, the first thing on my track record, right?
Really? When I heard that, I was like, wow, this is – like, how did you feel in that moment?
I wasn't, like – obviously, I felt like – I was just in shock.
Yeah.
Because I got called down – or I had to talk to some people, right, about what happened. And I wasn't – when I got phone called to go to wherever, the office, I was like, what do you need me for here? Yeah. And then they told me, I was like, oh, yeah. And again, I think what I did wasn't like – I didn't mean any harm by my whatever I did, but it was just a stupid, like, this, you know, it was just, I was just being dumb, you know. And again, I didn't mean any harm. Like, I didn't hurt anyone, didn't, you know, hurt anything really. I just dumb decision. I'll learn.
Wrong place,
right?
Wrong time.
Yeah. And again, even with the situation, like, I believe God's got a plan for me. So, like, whatever happens with sports and in the future.
You'll be good.
Yeah. God's got a plan, so.
You just got to continue.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
You're going to make mistakes. I mean, obviously not proud about it, but. You know, I'll get into your injury a little bit later in the episode.
All right,
go over that.
Let's
but
talk about
let's talk about this. I want to bring up another conspiracy theory. I know we talked about UFOs last episode. I mean, you probably, if you listen or not, but
yeah, no.
Was the moon landing real? I'm gonna start with you because I have some top theories on it.
Did you dig into this?
A little bit. Like, it came up with my family members at Thanksgiving. I got a family member, a cousin that's like super into conspiracy theories. Like, he's a smart guy. And I don't think he stretches a ton of what he says. Like, obviously, a theory, you're going to stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's a reliable source, in my opinion. He researches his stuff. So, and also, I researched it myself, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I talk about this on the podcast? Okay. So, let's go ahead.
I'm going to go with, I don't know. It's so, because I'm with the conspiracies a lot. I have, like, there's just, like, these two kids on TikTok. They have a podcast, and that's all they talk about is conspiracy theories. And it blows my mind. But with this one, it's just so, like, because nowadays you never know what's happening in the world.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with, like, if I really, like, thought it, like, really had to think, I want to say yes. Because there's, like, we have, and it's like, how have we not been back to the moon?
Wait.
I mean, not back, how have we not?
Oh, I see. So you think it's fake?
No, I think.
No, do you think it's real or no? Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't know, it's fine, too. Like, if you just don't know.
It's just because it's hard because, like, we went there how long ago, right? And then
the 50s.
50s, right?
50s or 60s, I think. It was like 10 or 15 years after the World
And we
War
haven't
II.
recently been back, have we?
Not like, yeah.
That's what I don't get.
And there's people that say, like, you know, if there's nothing on the moon, why would we go back? But I feel like there's, which, again, I can't think of a specific example, but there's a lot of things in this world that we research that is also kind of dumb.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing there, but we still, like, even like Mars, something. Like, we're not even really we haven't even found much of anything on Mars. Yeah. We just had some, but it's like we keep going back there. So why wouldn't you go back to the moon, you know?
Yeah.
You know? Well, I'll go with my point.
Okay.
First of all, I saw a TikTok video, you know, with Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
I think that's his first name. There was this guy, and he had a Bible. He said, put your hand on the Bible and say you went to the moon. He'd asked them 4 or 5 times. They would not do it.
He wouldn't do it?
They wouldn't do it. Now, that's also, I mean, like, that's not, like, the only piece of evidence I have, but that's just, like, something. But also, here's the thing. How is our technology good enough to, because they were basically live streaming them on the moon and relaying it back to space or back to NASA, right? So there's no way our technology was that good enough back in the late 50s, whenever it was.
and we got robots now and self-driving cars, and we can't get back to the moon.
Yeah, no, but again, I think the biggest thing is the live streaming thing. Live streaming thing. Also, how do you have reception out there? But there's no way we had that much technology back then to be able to live stream that, basically, or bring back footage. And even there was a live phone call while they're on the moon.
Yep.
Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe there's a thing between the moon and Earth that's like an atmosphere thing that kind of cuts off reception. I don't know the specific name of it because I was talking, my cousin with this, and he brought it up. So I don't know if that's totally 100% true, so don't 100% believe me on this, but I'm pretty sure there's a thing that basically cuts off mostly all reception, so having a phone call is almost impossible, which is what they did from the moon to NASA with the people at NASA. Also, the third thing, after World War II, right, we captured a bunch of Nazis, like, I don't know, about a bunch of Nazi scientists, and we brought them back to NASA to work with NASA in Operation Paperclip. But I think the biggest thing that you could link to having Nazis almost run this moon operation or have influence on it is like maybe the Nazis, with them being Nazis, were trying to create sort of propaganda type. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
But then that's also why we think. But they could also be the reasons why people think there's aliens as well. You know what I mean?
That's a hard topic to speak on because, like, at the end of the day, it's really like, how did we have the technology then?
We didn't. That's the thing. We didn't.
we don't have it now. That's like,
I personally believe it wasn't real.
I don't think it was either.
And also, you think about we did it almost instantly after Russia did. I think China went, it was Russia.
Yeah,
we were trying, So we were trying to keep up with the space race.
Because they did the orbit.
And we were trying to keep up with the space race, and that's what we tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
But again, also, I mean, the biggest thing, if the two guys didn't put, their hand on the Bible, like, also, I think it was Buzz Aldrin, which he could just be kind of, joking a little bit, but he's come out and say a few times on social media, like, hey, it's all fake. There, go look it up. He has said that on, like, Twitter.
I can see it on Twitter.
It's fake. He's literally come out and said it's fake. The guy.
And people ignore this stuff. You guys, they're trying to tell us something. It's the government. I'm telling you, bro.
Well, again, it's all theories, but personally, I don't think it's true. And again, a lot of the facts or the evidence I have might be a little bit off. But generally, what I'm talking about here, like with the Nazis and stuff, a lot of the Nazis back in the day, especially around World War II, none of them, weren't great people trying to create chaos.
They didn't care.
Yeah.
With anything they did. Had no remorse.
And also, they're very smart people. That's why we brought them in.
Yeah.
We basically captured them in Germany and brought them into NASA, and they worked with NASA for the longest time. And you never know, they could have influenced it in the wrong way. Yeah. Personally, I don't think it's real. I think it was all fake. And like you said, why haven't we been back? At least, like, back a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
You remember that whole talk about living on Mars?
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. Like, did you believe that was going to happen?
What, living on Mars?
Like, you remember that when they were talking about building, because they were going to go to Mars, because they said, like, what they say, they found water?
Yeah, so, like, basically, when you find water, it sort of leads to, like, life because you need water to live.
Yeah.
Right? There could have been life on Mars, right? But again, I'm a biblical guy. I'm a Christian guy. Like, I haven't really found much in the Bible that talks about aliens, and a lot of stuff I've seen in the Bible is physically true.
Right? Prophecies.
Now, I did. There is a verse in the Bible. This isn't really related to aliens, but it was in. What is the last? Oh, Revelation. Here, wait. Take out your phone. This is about.
Where did my phone go?
If you don't have it, that's fine. But anyway.
Chat. I didn't bring my phone at all.
No, but there's I forget the specific verse, but it's in Revelation. You can look it up. Just look up on Safari or Google or anything. Look up Book of Revelation, what I'm about to talk about. There was seem to be like a 7-headed monster under the water, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, this is just kind of random, but I thought that was interesting that sea monsters could be real. And it literally says in the Book of Revelation, I think it was Jacob from the Bible that talks about it. Again, I need to get my facts right. I should have wrote all this stuff down.
It probably is.
No, it's in Revelation, though. I don't know who exactly wrote it, but it's in Revelation.
I believe it's most definitely real. We have not. How much of the world have we not explored yet?
Yeah.
And water.
No, and I brought up I was talking about aliens last, and I said we discovered 75% of space. That was completely wrong. We have not come close. It's like 5%, maybe 8. I've seen some, but we've discovered more space than water. And what I brought up last time, we've only discovered 3% of the ocean.
That's insane.
There's a lot of stuff that, exactly, sea monsters. It even says in the Bible, they saw a 700 monster come out of the water. Like, there's probably stuff under there that,
The Bible don't lie, y'all.
The Bible does not lie.
There was one time when I was younger, and this was a point where I was like questioning God, right?
Yeah.
And I was going to Wednesday school, and we were having a talk on the stations of the cross.
Okay.
And it got to the point where that girl, when Jesus was crying, wiped his face with the towel.
Yeah.
That towel is like, it's a real thing. Like, they have it in Israel. I think that's because that's where all this.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Jerusalem.
Yep.
But yeah, when he wiped his face with the towel, it left his face on the towel, and they have the towel like in a little like box at a museum. And when I saw that, and I was just like, I mean, it could be made up, but I don't think anybody would like just go out there.
Also, if you see Mount Sinai in the Bible, it talks about God bringing fire down on Mount Sinai. There's a piece of Mount Sinai on the top of it that is burnt black. Also, I think the biggest piece of evidence you have to, so obviously, Jesus died on the cross, right?
Yep.
But all his disciples died a brutal death for him after he went to heaven 40 days later, and they were all persecuted for believing or for being Christian. But you can look up these are all documented. These deaths from his disciples are all documented in history of being real deaths. Like, they were beheaded, thrown into flames, and even burned alive. And if Jesus was not real, why would they die that brutally for him? If Jesus was fake, why would they die that brutally? It just doesn't make sense if he was fake. You're not going to do that for some fake.
Yeah.
Jesus was real. Like, the way they died and how they died, they got thrown into, they were put in fire alive and did not care because they did it all for Jesus because he's alive and they believe him.
Getting ate by rats from the inside out and I think that's read the Bible.
Yeah.
If you get a chance,
you learn a ton.
You get knowledge.
Even if you're not, like, just listen to it. Like, even if you're not, like, necessarily picking up every word that says, just, like, being in his presence and all that kind of stuff is just so good for you.
Yeah. And
it just puts you in the right mindset even. And you can still learn a lot.
Yeah, it teaches you.
Even if you're not necessarily picking up every single word. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't want to, great topic there. But let's jump into you want to do a little bit of a draft here?
Let's do it.
Let's do a draft.
Okay.
So today's draft is we're going to be drafting, here's my pen, duos. So the duos can, like I said, it can be sports people. It can be sports duos. It can be fictional duos. It can be non-living object duos. But, since you're the guest, I'll let you go first.
I got a good one.
Okay, here we go. We'll do a snake draft. We'll do 4.
Okay.
We'll do 4.
I should
write them down.
I'm going to go with Lilo and Stitch.
Wow. Lilo and Stitch?
I love that duo. That's
a
great.
I need to do this on a different paper.
That's
a good duo, but number 1
for me.
I think there's so many duos though. It's like
Adam's Family. It's a good one. Lilo and Stitch, and like it's really just because like they have a good way of showing like just about family. I mean, any Disney show really does, and that's just it's a funny one. It's viral, and who doesn't love Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
I can't wait for that new one to come
All right,
out.
my first pick, I'm gonna take Mario and Luigi.
That's one for decades. That's a
it's literally everyone's childhood. People still play it. I mean,
Mario and
that's
Luigi.
my unanimous number 1 right there. But yeah.
Damn.
Oh no! I get another pick here because I
draft.
want to go sports here, but I also don't. I mean, there's a ton of good duos.
There really is.
Oh. Okay. You know, I don't know if I like it at the number 2, but I'm just going to do it because I want to go sports. I want to make sure there's some sports duos in here. I'm going to go Steph and Clay.
Someone was telling me. I just
Splash
knew
Bros.
this guy was going to say that.
Splash Bros.
Okay. If we're going to go back to sports, I like the sports.
Splash Bros. I mean, there might have been better overall duos, but that's the most iconic.
That's a good one.
I think that's the most. I mean, you have Jordan and Pippen, kind of. You have, you know,
LeBron,
Wade.
Yeah.
I mean, Durant. But that's a trio. Durant, Russ,
so hard.
Harden. But.
I'm gonna have to go with for basketball one. I'm gonna do let's do Shaquille.
Oh, Shaq and Kobe.
Thank you.
Shaq and Kobe.
That's,
I like it.
That squad, bro.
Shaq and Kobe.
You ever play all time? 2K.
Oh yeah,
all time teams.
All the time.
Love it.
I would always play with Jamie, my brother, and he would mess me up with Tracy McGrady.
Oh, Tracy
McGrady's the best 2K player I think I've ever. When you've never seen my brother play Tracy McGrady, it brings me back nightmares, bro. Oh my gosh, brings me back nightmares. Like I lost to him one time by 60.
Wow.
In 2K.
That's how I used to do my brother in Madden. I beat him by I had like 73, and mind you, my brother's 19, and we were younger, and he I beat him so bad he started crying. He broke one of our chairs. It was just a sad day. I felt so good though. I was dying.
That's funny. Well, you got another pick here. You can think a little bit, but you got another pick here.
Okay,
so you have Lilo and Stitch and Shaq and Kobe.
I need something that's
gonna like pop. Something that's gonna. I want to think outside the box, so I want an outside the box pick. I want an outside the box pick. I'll
Ultimate duo. You know what? This is a crazy one, but I'm gonna say this one.
Yeah.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
I like it.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's like a. Think about it. Just like imagine if you had just like you had that one good friend, or just like that one brother or sister.
Well, it brings me back to Dr. Seuss' Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah.
That's
prime. That's
peak
a good life.
Duo. That's a good
peak
duo.
Life.
That is. All right. I'm going to go outside the box for, I think, my last pick, but I have Mario and Luigi. That's a video game. Got Splash Bros. Basketball, sports. I'm going to go Batman and Robin. I feel like I'm creating a super team over here.
Yo. That Batman Robin story is actually like one for the books.
Look, I know it's carried by Batman, but like a duo sometimes doesn't need to be. So sometimes the second guy in the duo just needs to compliment him. You don't need to be this. I mean, think about the Brooklyn Nets, right? They have KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Couldn't make it work, man.
Yeah,
they're all just like crazy. Too good,
But that was at a point where
that's any sport. You can't. I know this is drawing off the topic of duos, but you can't build a team just around money and building up the best guys. You need chemistry. You need leadership. You need culture. And culture is just built by people being there a long time. Mm-hmm. And chemistry, I think, is the most important. You see some of the best teams, like, for instance, the Nuggets. Obviously, every team is very good that wins the NBA championship. But you have Jokic, who does it all. Jamal Murray is just an all-star point guard. And then everyone else just kind of around them doing their thing.
Yeah,
doing their job.
You can't forget about Porter Jr., though. Actually, you know what?
He shoots the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Don't pass.
How are they looking this year, though, the Nuggets?
Not going to lie, I do not know.
Probably not.
I'm not paying attention to NBA.
I'm only paying attention to the good teams, and right now, Cleveland, I just know they're going insane.
Yeah. I just know I'm a Celtics fan, and we're going to win it again. So, that's all I got to say. Bro, I don't even think we have Porzingis back right now. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, but that's Celtics is one of those teams where, like, you got Drew Holiday, right?
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Yep.
Porzingis if he was playing.
Yep.
You got what's
Peyton Pritchard. I mean,
and he come off the bench and just
do you ever remember Peyton Pritchard at Oregon?
That's what I was gonna say. He looked so familiar.
Nice. He was so nice.
Actually, I just seen it.
I think everyone forgets. Like, he was low key like for his time, not all time, but for his time in college basketball, was one of the best to ever do it. Like at Oregon. Was
that when Oregon was like actually pretty good at basketball at one time?
Yeah, they were tough. I remember doing like a ton in the tournament, but Anyway, though, let's get back to my last pick here. Okay, so I have Mario and Luigi, the Splash Bros, which is Curry and Clay, and I have Batman and Robin. Ooh. For my last pick. Wow. I want to shoot. Come on. I need to think outside the box here.
Ooh, I got to get one.
Oh, no. Shoot. No. Think. Okay. I don't want to do it because I can't think. Wait. Gosh, I need to pick something. You know what? I'm giving it to you. I'm throwing my pick to you. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you get one. I want to wait because I'm not trying to stall here. I'm trying to think. You can go. I'm giving you a freebie. I've never done this, but you can go.
Okay, so we're gonna change it to football.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do. This is college football, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, I think this is the best duo to come out of college football. And the crazy part is they're still doing it till this day.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. That connection between them two, the fact that they did it through college, won a national championship, and they continue to do it in the NFL is crazy. And they put BTA, they put up points.
You know what? I didn't like it, which it's still all right. But the fact that they're it was college and.
No, I'm just saying college.
Yeah.
I prefer college.
Yeah, but college and the pros?
Yeah.
Like
that's
both?
crazy.
Yeah. And they're still doing it? Yeah. Okay, my last pick. I'm going to take burgers and fries.
That's a great combo. You can't miss with burgers and fries.
The most American food ever.
Can't miss with burgers and fries.
There we go. There's my quote-unquote outside-the-box pick. I'm sorry for the stalling. I probably stalled for like a minute.
No.
But I just had to throw you the pick. I just couldn't think.
That's a good one, though. But I was expecting something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was my fourth pick. But anyway, I'll go over the list here. Dveyoun picked Lilo and Stitch, Shaq and Kobe, Thing 1 and Thing 2, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I got Mario Luigi, Curry and Clay, Batman and Robin, and burgers and fries.
As a collective group, I think that's a solid list.
Yeah, we'll see what they say. I'll put a poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Mine is
Lilo and Stitch number 1. Like it's not bad,
that's
but
tough.
number 1.
That's tough.
It's too. Like I would have never picked it. So you got to pick something that's like, yeah, everyone's. You know what went undrafted? Shrek and Donkey.
Damn. That's one for the boys. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I just didn't want to do it because I wanted something a little bit more creative. But
what else is like a crazy one that we most likely should have said? I didn't want to do something too common. I wanted one to like bring back memories.
You have like fire, water. That's really not that.
Hey, you remember that game though? Lava Boy and Water Girl?
Yeah. It's still good. People still play it. It's still a great game,
bro.
Oh, it's still a great game. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's jump in. You had a little bit of an injury this year, first game of the year against Brandon Valley.
Yeah.
Your transfer school, but how have you been like mentally, and what have you done to kind of just like get through your injury? Obviously, it's tough missing like your whole football season basically.
It was a long process, like how the injury happened, and I'm gonna be honest. For me, someone was just telling me like, what are the odds? You're figuring it out. You're getting it together. You transfer new schools and you just get hurt. And I just feel like a lot of people, especially that first game, was just like, they could feel a little bit, but yeah, it was just in the back of my mind, like, what if, and that was what kind of was just driving me was what if, and then when it happened, I was sad, of course, very sad, but at the same time, I kind of just looked at it as like, I'm gonna take this time to get better mentally, and not just kind of bring me down. So like, yeah, I would have my days, especially how the season ended and how it went on, and how like I got hurt against Brandon and then we lost to Brandon to end the season. Like, yeah, it hurt real bad, but at the same time, it really did help me open my eyes and like see how the game really works. And like when I mean student of the game, like that is a real thing. Like you can never be too good at something. Like there's always something for you to learn. And yeah, so just being on the sideline, watching games, watching practice, it just learned a lot for me mentally, just seeing how my guys like Jace and them react to like plays that didn't go their way or that did go their way, and just seeing that and just taking notes, but also being a coach. That's kind of what I felt like I was this year. Yeah. And it was good. I actually didn't, I didn't hate it too much. It sucked, but at the same time, like, there's nothing God can't fix, like you said. And like I never really looked at it as a negative. Like, I got a lot going for me in life, so I can't just let that one injury hold me back. I just got to look forward. And
well, I got injured too, as a lot of you know, for like my freshman summer, which probably wasn't as catastrophic as yours. Like the time
that
off
was your shoulder, right?
Yeah. But I still missed, like, I played all spring ball for my school for baseball, and then first term of the year for summer ball I got hurt. It was kind of like very sad, like knowing, like, they told me, yeah, you're like 4 months off surgery. Like, it was definitely detrimental, but I was like, you know what, like I said, God's got a plan, and I was like, I'm just going to take this time to get better at things I can't do. Yep. Or that I'm not, like, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to get more athletic. So I was out here in my sling, whatever, outside, just like bunch of ladder work, bunch of plyometrics. And yeah, I put on some weight doing it, as a lot of you know, I've brought this up 100 times, but I feel like once I got that weight off a little bit, I could notice, like, even like playing basketball, I was like, you know what, I'm staying in front of guys a lot better than I used to. I feel like I'm more athletic. Or even with me being bigger, that was the biggest thing. Like, how can I stay big but also
be in shape?
Be in shape and stay athletic, you know, and still be able to move. And that was my biggest goal, and I feel like I achieved that. Like, I still feel like I move about the same, if not better, with more weight on me.
100%.
Which is...
And it's never bad to put on weight. Like,
no.
In some circumstances, you might have to. Like, I'm not saying get big, like, absolutely huge, but at the same time, like, shoot, if you're like 190 and you get to 215, I mean, it just depends what you do with it. I mean, it's not a problem.
Personally, too, a lot of people worry about how they look like with that weight on, but if you look whatever worse, but you're performing much better, who cares?
Like,
who cares?
Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing with baseball. I was like, I need to put on weight, because I've noticed myself, like, I can hit the ball well, but like, just sometimes I feel like if I had some more weight on me, I'd be getting more hits and more results, even though the swing is there. But also, I was like, okay, I play shortstop. I still got to be athletic for my position. I can't, put on this weight, but just still can't move. Still got to be mobile. So that was my biggest thing. Even with the arm injury, I couldn't do some upper body stuff. I was like, I can get faster, stronger in the legs, all that kind of stuff. Which is honestly, your lower body, your core, and your legs, at least strength-wise, for baseball, what I play, or even football, is probably the most important.
For a lot of sports, that's a big part. Having a strong core is just it can help you in a lot of ways for sports. It doesn't even matter what you play. It's just tennis, like golf.
I mean, it's your foundation of your body. It's with the middle part. I mean, it's the biggest thing. I mean, you still need a good upper body, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of that is like up here, the back and the shoulders. I mean, prevents a lot of injuries and stuff. And again, it still will benefit you strength-wise and performance-wise. But I feel like you're going to find your most performance at your lower body and core. Yeah. For sure. So that was but even though you hurt your knee, so. Well, I mean, what did you do to try to. Like, with the leg and stuff, even though you couldn't run or do much of that stuff? See,
I'm not really supposed to be telling people this, but I actually, even when I was not cleared to play, I hate being that
was the same for me. I wasn't cleared and just like was still doing stuff I wasn't.
That was the biggest thing. Like, I hate being not active and just like knowing like 4 months like you can't do anything. So like I just try to make the most out of it. I mean, I would rarely be on my legs. Like, I'd just go to the gym, do arms for like 45 minutes. Do what I can, and then hit the sauna. And then like once I got to the point where I was off my crutches, immediately hooping, just playing half court, moving a little bit, not crazy. Yeah. But then when they told me I was off my brace and crutches, that's when I started going full court. And I'm still not cleared to play yet, but I do it regardless, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not going 100%, but like I need to be active. Yeah,
that was the same with me with my arm. It's like, okay, I'll take a little bit of this risk to go do something. Yeah, this is like, I'm still young. I need to do something. Like, I can't just sit here and sit on my phone or play video games all day. Like, I'd go out and play baseball, like just like wiffle ball with my friends and just swing one-handed. Yep. That was a ton of fun for me, just doing that. And actually, I think it still benefit me with, still getting better in a certain
swing and everything.
Still a little bit, but That was the biggest thing with me. Like, I was doing stuff I probably shouldn't have supposed to, and my parents were actually getting mad about it sometimes too.
That's the moral of the story.
Just got to do something.
I feel like a lot of athletes who get hurt can relate to that.
Yeah,
like, it's really hard to just stay off your feet.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
we getting there slowly getting there.
That's good. You know, and hopefully you're cleared enough to play basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, that for you is still, you know, you probably don't know what's going to happen with trainers and everything telling you, but hope for the best for you for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out soon. Definitely by end of Christmas break, I'll be, you know, back into the rhythm of it. Not sure if I'll be fully back, but definitely getting up and down the court.
Yeah.
So that should be good. Mm-hmm. And then track comes back, and for sure going to be 100% back for that.
Yeah, springtime.
Mm-hmm.
Actually comes up on you quick. It's already
really
basketball season, man.
That's crazy. We're like schools. What are we? 3 months? 4 months in the school?
Let's see. September, October, November.
December.
About 3.5-ish. I mean, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
School year's going by crazy.
It always does.
Fast too.
You know, like it feels like it was just freshman year, and then before you know, you're about to be a junior.
No, like, and the thing is, I feel like old head because like you hear coaches and teachers say this, like it's gonna go by quick. They don't lie. Mm-hmm. It really does go by quick. Senior year's next year. That's crazy.
It's hard. Like, I don't want to worry about the future, but also part of me is like, you don't want to think you have all this time to go do something. Like, oh, I'm still a sophomore. I got time to go, you know. But it still goes by fast. I mean, you kind of have to lean in the middle because you also don't want to, like, think about, oh, I'm about to be a junior, senior, and then you kind of almost it goes by faster. Yeah, even you just faster. Like, you don't take it all in, you know, and then worrying about, oh, you're going to be a senior.
Regret the things you didn't do.
Yeah. So I think you have to find a medium because, again, if you're saying, oh, I'm only a sophomore, like I got a ton of time.
Yeah.
Like, you still got to go out and do stuff. You know. I mean, do stuff, but don't worry about the future. Do stuff today, worry about today, whatever. But, okay, we're about, 42 minutes in. We'll talk for a little bit here. I just want to talk briefly about college football this week. Oh, yeah. For those of you watching, like, there was a ton of stuff that went on, a lot of good games, but a ton of chaos, like fights.
Chaos.
Like, oh my gosh.
And it's crazy how, like brutal. And it, like, and they don't get suspended or nothing.
Oh. Well, the Michigan-Ohio State game was one of them. Michigan somehow went into Ohio State and just absolutely upset them. Like, I think it was like 13-10 was all.
Yeah.
And they got in this huge fight after, and then during the fight, a player from Michigan goes ahead and puts a flag on the middle of the O, and then all hell broke loose.
That's dangerous. He's playing with life right there.
I mean, I'm a Michigan fan. We're obviously not doing as well as we did last year with the national championship because, Harbaugh's not there. But still a big win for us, but still, wow. Putting a flag there, that's bold. Like, you're bold for that. That's brave.
And any player in their right mind would crash out. I mean, yeah.
Well, Ohio State just took the flag and just ripped it and threw it. And there was I think there was like 2 other games, or at least one other game that someone put a flag on the middle of the field.
Yeah, what game was that?
Was that Florida State? Florida? I don't even know. I don't think it was Florida State.
Was it? No.
I don't know. I mean, like, we're both casuals, like we said.
Yeah,
we're both. I saw the chaos, like ton of fights as well, like all over college football. It was wild. It was a wild week. One of the wildest weeks in probably history.
Upsets.
Yep.
Let's talk about that Iowa-Nebraska game. Did you watch it?
Yeah. No, I didn't watch it, but I saw the stats. Like, there was something like 9 punts, 0 for like 8 on third down for Iowa. They had 9 punts, 0 for 8 on third down, and they won like 13-10.
Like, when I tell you their offense is like, they had their quarterback was their practice team linebacker. That's who Iowa's quarterback was. Jeez. And they got this kid, K2. I don't know what his name is. Caleb Tough, running back.
Yeah.
That's their only player. So, like, whenever they would, like, throw the ball, most likely incomplete or just turn the ball over. But when they would give it to him, he was getting shut down. And then someone was telling me he was going to bust one out. He busts one out to the right side, breaks, like, it's him and, like, 5 Nebraska players. Breaks all 5 tackles, runs for 76 yards to tie the game.
Crazy.
To tie the game. And then their field goal kicker going to go on live television and say when he made a 52-yard field goal, he said he blacked out when he made it. Like, he just closed his eyes and kicked the ball.
That's crazy.
And it was cold, and I was there watching that game. Very cold. Very cold.
Was it at Iowa?
Yeah. Packed. Iowa fans, not great.
That defense is crazy, huh?
Yeah, their defense is good.
That's how they always are.
They
It's
got
out of
great
football.
linebackers. Yeah.
That's crazy though. You have like 9-10 punts. I think it was like 0 for 8, 0 for 9 on
Yeah.
third downs, and you still win a game.
Crazy. Raiola wasn't even playing bad.
He's been disappointing though this year.
He wasn't
The
playing.
Mahomes stuff's
Yeah,
scary.
his best game was the Wisconsin.
His like touchdown interception ratio is not good. His QBR is not good.
Yeah.
He's got potential.
But like people just gotta realize he is a freshman. He is a freshman.
that is true.
He got them their first. He got Nebraska their first bowl eligible game since I think it's been 8 years since they've been eligible, and so like he doesn't play terrible. It's just like he has a bad reputation of just sometimes overthrowing. Like he had a lot of great the right idea every time he passed the ball, but it was either overthrown or the receiver would drop it. So I don't know. Hopefully in the future.
Just thought the Mahomes stuff he had going on right in here was so corny.
He still does it.
Dude, like the hair was perfect. You always wore the sunglasses. He would do all the warm-up stuff.
Headband.
Like the way he moves and throws is like, come on,
the way
bro.
he's built kind of looks like it too. Not gonna lie. I saw him doing the little where like he jumps up and like yells at the crowd.
Yeah, just like Mahomes.
He did it at Iowa, and I was kind of confused because like there was nobody and they were wearing Nebraska, and I was like, who are you yelling at? Like it's just a whole bunch of Iowa people right there, and he's just yelling at them. I'm like, yeah, they're just booing you.
He probably like watches YouTube videos of Mahomes when he does pregame and just.
He said he wears the jersey for Tim Tebow though. I can see that. He's because.
Wait, is it the same number as Patrick Mahomes and then Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I can see that because Dylan Raiola is like when it comes to like, he's very religious. I don't want to say religious, but he believes in like Tim Tebow is one of those guys who.
Yeah, very Christian guy.
Yeah, very Christian, and so that's why I believe it. A lot of people be like, he's lying, he doesn't. But
no, but it's kind of like ironic though, even if it is for Tim Tebow, like he still has the same number as Patrick Mahomes, like.
Yeah,
but
he's a great guy though. I talked to him. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Well, time's sake, I think I'm gonna end it there. It's like, let's see here. I'm looking at time. 47 minutes is good.
That is
good time.
I think this was a positive podcast. It was.
Oh, for sure. A lot of good stuff talked about. Theory, sports, drafts, everything in this one. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Appreciate you talking to you. I know you want to be on for a little while, so.
Of course.
Thanks for joining.
It felt good coming out here. I'm glad I got to be on here.
Anyway, if you haven't seen the intro, whatever, make sure to check us out on Spotify. If you're on here on YouTube, Amazon Music, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those platforms for mini clips and announcements. So make sure to go check that out. But with that, that's it. And Breck and Beitler out.
Deuces.